What's going on, guys? Gary here with Ras Group, back another video. Today, talking about slings, specifically my slings. What I run, why I run it, what I like, what I don't, the whole 9 yards. So, I try a lot of different stuff from a lot of different people. I have quite a few slings from a bunch of different manufacturers. The two manufacturers that I kind of subscribe to are Gat Monkey, Edgar Sherman design. I only have the one Edgar Sherman design, in all fairness, and I have a bunch of Gat Monkey slings. And I'll tell you guys right now, I'm probably biased because I know Greg, owner of Gat Monkey. Great dude, great customer service, great products. We are like an affiliate of his. He's an affiliate of ours, mutual affiliate, whatever it is. Use code RAS, R-A-S, over at Gat Monkey, save some cash. Love Greg, love what he's doing, love his products, just all around super good human being. You'll notice both of these are 2-point slings. I do not run single point. I do not run 3-point slings. I'm not even a huge fan of like the single to doubles. I just use a 2-point sling. And how I set it up is pretty consistent, pretty much the same every time. We'll dive into it. Let me get one of these off the table so I can walk you exactly through what I do. All right, first and foremost, where do I mount my sling? Every single time, maybe, there we go. I mount my forward QD in this same spot on every single gun I run. It's either here at the 9 o'clock M-lock position, or if I don't have a 9 o'clock M-lock position, I'll get a 12 o'clock Picatinny mount. I'll run it up here. All I'm doing as far as difference is it goes from here to here. Not much. Go back into place, please. Thank you. So that's where I always mount my forward sling mount, right? As far as my rear sling mount, I will always use the opposite side QD on the buttstock. I found that gives me a lot of benefits. One, my sling doesn't come between my shoulder and my buttstock. I can swim out of my sling pretty easily if I want to go to kind of like a necklace style, being able to switch shoulders. And overall, I just feel like I have a little bit more room with the sling. That, and when the sling is slung on me, it's kind of counterbalanced in a way. It's not like flopping over to one side or the other. It stays pretty natural. And because I'm a right-handed shooter and this is on the right side of the buttstock, when I have this just slung on me, hands-free, having this kind of helps hold it against my body, right? It's not really, so it has that natural sort of retention. And that's why slings are important, right? A sling to a rifle is what a holster is to a handgun. It's your hands-free weapons retention that you don't have to worry about losing the resource of that platform. So slings are very important. I probably should talk about it more than what I do. I learn all the time, but slings don't get nearly as much credit as other clout-based items in the culture. So that's where I mount my slings up at. Now, as far as some kind of like little niche things that I do, maybe other people do it, maybe they don't, I don't know. I can only pay attention to so many people, guys. But I use one of our Ras Group sling retainers, our ESRs, and I used to use it on the handguard, but the problem is handguard size varies so much. These actually work incredibly well, and I would argue even better on the buttstock. This is a version 1 with our old logo. Version 2 is going to be coming out soon, with some enhancements to make it more user-friendly on the buttstock. I'm not doing this video as an advertisement, although it is kind of a shameless plug for us, I guess. But it is something that I do with my slings. And what I do with that is kind of like what you saw before. I take it, I make it relatively tight, coming across the non-ejection port side. Boom, come here, and then I'm simply going to fold this under, put that through, And now my sling is stowed. As you can see on the other side, relatively taut. It's not dangling, it's not sagging. Works relatively well. So I always make sure that I have some sort of sling retention on a rifle. If I'm going to have a sling, I always have sling retention. Coming from a patrol background, always working out of a vehicle, sling snags are, you know, those are pretty detrimental and a scary thing to think about, a scary thing to see happen. It's just a old habit that I can't seem to shake, and at this point, I've just come to promote it. So, and the other thing I kind of do that's probably a little bit different from other people with slings, I don't trim my excess. Instead, I wrap it up and I tape it. I just use goon tape because it's non-reflective. It's easy to take off. They come in like huge rolls. So I never go through one super quickly. I don't really buy too many slings, but I do that for a few reasons. Some are dumb, probably. Some probably make sense. If I ever get to a point where I'm wearing a bunch of extra stuff, like say a bunch of layers, I have to resize a plate carrier for that. Chances are I'm probably gonna have to resize my sling if we're getting to the point where I'm completely resizing the carrier. This way I can undo the goon tape, comes off just with, using some finger pressure, some finger strength. Peel it right off, size it appropriately. I take out some goon tape, I roll it, I tape it back up with a couple rolls, a couple wraps around the slack, the excess, and I'm good to go. Other benefit is that if I'm ever in a position where something's going down and say somebody's sling breaks, I happen to have an extra, I can take a sling off of an extra rifle, give it to them, and then they can make sure it's appropriately sized to them. You know, if they're a smaller person than me, they're not gonna have an issue. They'll have to probably adjust it a little bit tighter. If they're a larger person than me and I trimmed off all the excess, now they're probably having a bad time. Just kind of my thought process on that. It's how I see it. I haven't noticed any issues. As you can see, I fold it over to the far side of the tri-glide and it doesn't interfere with my adjustment tab at all. Never had an issue doing that. If you guys do something different or you guys have some other things that you like to do, by all means throw it down in the comment section. I always love hearing it. I love trying new things. I love seeing if some ideas out there aren't getting as much credit as they deserve. The only other thing that I used to do that I haven't done on a rifle in a little bit, probably since the pandemic days when I was mounting up slings and building rifles, all that shit, I used to take some friction tape and wrap it around the edge of the QDs. I don't really worry about that too much anymore. I thought it was a lot of time invested for not really a lot of return on investment. If maybe you guys have done it and you know you can see more of a benefit than I did, by all means throw it down. Always open to listen. But that's essentially my sling setup, guys. I do every sling the exact same way. I go to 2 different sling manufacturers, Gap Monkey, use code RAS, and I like the Edgar Sherman design slings. Always use the same kind of retaining system on my buttstocks. Just like that. You can see it from the other side. Keeps everything relatively flat and compact. That's about it. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. This video I was hoping wasn't going to be super long. Looks like it's going to be just over 9 minutes. But I'm always glad to put out some information for you guys, or at least get a discussion started. By all means, I'm sure somebody will let me know I'm wrong. That usually happens once every 3 or 4 videos I'm about due. Guys, check out the Instagram, _RAS Group. Check out the website, rasgrouptraining.com. Just so you guys know, we do have some pretty cool leather patches right now, made by our homie Joey over at Moral Decay Patchwork. I only have like 2 of these left. So if you guys want them, hit up the website. If you ain't first, you're last. That's all I got, guys. Until next time, stay safe, stay trained, stay rad. I'll be back with the next one.